Hello, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to connect your domain to Serlzo, right? Irrespective of the hosting platform you are using. We've done a previous video on this, but it was basically focused on showing how Bluehost users can actually connect their domain to Serlzo. However, this video is going to revolve more around Namecheap, and also it is exactly the same flow for a lot more hosting platform. We'll be unable to do videos for every hosting platform in the world, but if you're able to get it through this process, you will definitely be able to figure it out in any other hosting platform that you are currently using. Okay, without any further ado, let's get into it. So this is my Salesforce dashboard, the email section. If you're completely new to the platform, if you're completely new, you'll be requested to set up your email service on clicking on the email marketing tab. When you set up your email service, you have basically three things that are very important. The email broadcast autoresponder. We've done an overview video on this before, but let's just get into it. You need to click on your settings, and for me, I already have set up other domains to this account, but now I'm going to show you how to connect a brand new domain. So I just paid for a new domain. I'm going to be using that new domain to doing this integration. So for me, I already have domains. That's I'm seeing view and disable. Of course, I can't disable it because there's no other service available. I'm seeing view, but if you've not done it before, you will see a connect button. You just need to click on connect and then try the function. All right, so let's click on view domains, and then I can now see add domain at the top corner here, add domain. If I click on add domain, I'll be requested to complete a certain flow. The first thing I have to enter the domain name. All right, for my case, I have to enter www dot the domain name. Okay, this is the domain name, and I click on verify domain name. Now it will run a quick test on the platform to check if that domain name has been registered before on the platform. If it has, then it can continue. But now it's available and no one has registered that domain on the platform. That means no one owns it. For it to be registered, there must be verification process for it. So let's proceed. This is the first step, which is the SPF, right? This step is a bit described in this text, but a lot of people usually find it very difficult to read and understand. So I'm going to take time to explain that clearly because it's a bit technical. So it's not that it's complex, it's just a little bit of technicality. So the first thing you need to do is to head over to your hosting platform. Once you get here, head over to your hosting platform. In this case, I'm using Namecheap, and then here is the domain name right here. I'll just click on manage domain, and then now that I've clicked on manage domain, is a brand new domain. You will notice that there is another icon here called advanced DNS. Okay, advanced DNS, this means advanced domain name server. If you click on it, you will then see an interface like this. But for some users, you might not see an interface like this, especially people that have connected their domain to a WordPress hosting before. You might not see exactly this. Okay, so let me go back to domain. So for some people, just to walk you through, you see this name servers here. You might see it connected to Namecheap web hosting. I'll click on Mark. And if it is on Namecheap web hosting and you click on advanced DNS, you will not see that option. Notice the difference now. So for you to see the advanced DNS option, you have to move it from Namecheap web hosting DNS to Namecheap basic DNS. Now, before you do this as well, make sure you already know if your hosting is also on Namecheap, make sure you already know the IP address of your hosting service on Namecheap, because you need to reconnect it here when you make this change. Else, your website might be offline for some time. So if you make this change, if you made this change, this is for those who are already using a web host service on Namecheap. You just need to add a new record. This is like I said again, for those who have a hosting of Namecheap, add an A record, use the at, which represents every possible route on your hosting, and then you paste the IP address. So it could be anything actually. Okay. And then it will point to that IP address and your website will not go offline. Okay. But let's come back again to Serlzo. So for the sake of this, I'm going to redirect this URL to point directly to, I want it to point directly to Serlzo main website for now. This is just so that the home page will not be blank. This is not needed for you, but this is where it becomes interesting. So I'll head back to Serlzo right now. Now this is where you start. SPF said check if you already have an SPF record in your DNS, and this is a picture of it. The SPF record should look like this. It should be a TXT record. Look at the record type, and then the name should be at, and then this should be the value. In my own case, it doesn't exist because it's a new hosting. For some persons, it might already be existing. Now you have to follow the instruction. It now says, did you find an SPF record? If you did not find it, for example, I did not find the record described, I have to select this because the instruction is different. If you found it, you have to click on this guy and then follow through the instructions. So I'm going to walk through the two instructions. So for my case first, I did not find it. It now says create a TXT record. Sorry about that. It now says create a TXT record. And in the TXT record, say fill the name or host field with this at, or enter your domain name, but usually at works, right? There are very rare cases you have other hosting platforms that you need to put the domain name, but at is always the standard. And then you put the value this. So this means that I have to create a TXT record. I come back to my, sorry, you guys were not seeing that part of my screen. So let me walk through this again, right? You have to check if you have this record. The SPF record is this, TXT record at this. This is the exact SPF record. Okay. If you don't see this, in my case, it doesn't exist, then I have to select I did not find the record described. And now this is the instruction to follow through. Create a TXT record and fill the name host field with the following. Depending on the provider, you probably have to follow any of these functions. Leave it empty depending, but for Namecheap and most hosting platforms, you have to fill it with this at. Okay. Now for some platform, it might just be you putting back the domain name, and then this is the value. So let's head back to Serlzo. To create, look for a record, is not it, is TXT record, right? It says the host should be at, and then the value, it gave us the value. Let's go back again and copy the value. I've replaced it with at, and then the value is this. Click on copy variable, and then it copies. This is the value. Then I go back to my Namecheap, and then I paste the record, and then I click on save changes. Now note this, I'll click on verify right now on my account, but most times it takes some time for it to verify. It's called propagation time. You need to propagate for some time. Okay, it will need to propagate for some time. So in my case, I have to wait for it. All right. So all I need to do is click on verify record. I'll click on verify record. Now it might connect immediately. Yes, it verified it immediately. All right. Perfect. Now for some persons, it might take few minutes, especially if you had that record before. Now let's go back to it again. I'm just going to click on back, and then it brings me back here. Now watch this. I found a record. Let's assume you already have the record on your hosting. Maybe you have tried to connect with other services before now. It says edit the txt record and merge your existing value. So this is probably what you should be seeing, or something like this. You always see the v equals spf1, and then you see other information. It says you will need to add this value, this variable. This is include Serlzo.co. So created value will look like this. Every other thing there, but you see Serlzo.co. So you then be looking out for mx inside the value, and just make sure you add this guy immediately after the mx. So you give a space, you can see a space here, and then you add this, include Serlzo.co. There is a column there and a space, and then that's it. And you click on verify. That's exactly how it works. Okay, simple. Now the next one is the DKIM. This also, all of the things you have to do here is very important. Click on copy. It says create a txt record, fill in the name or host field, fill in the value. So another txt record. We'll go back to our name chip, create a record, txt record, add the host, and then we'll go back to Serlzo to copy the value. And the value is very long, but you have to be careful. Then click on copy value, okay? And then go back to your name chip and paste the value and click on verify. Now that has been done. Now let's head over to Serlzo for the next one. So we are back here. We click on verify record. It verified it. Now the next one is the CNAME. Always look out for the information. It says create a CNAME record, fill in the name host field and all that. So the name is tracking, the value is this. So we go back to our name chip. Remember, the case now is a CNAME record. We look for CNAME. This is the CNAME record. We paste the value, and then we paste the name rather, and then we'll come back here to copy the value. The value is account.serlzo.co. We copy it and we head back again to paste it, and then we mark it good. Now we head over to the next one. All right, next one is the last, which is, we'll click on verify one more time, sorry. And then it verifies it. The last one is the DMARC. It says create a txt record and copy the name and the value. So I will just copy the name and the value. Okay. And then we paste it right there. So the txt record, and then the value. And then we mark it as success. And once we do, we'll come back here and click on verify. And voila, everything is done. And then now we now set our sender email, the email we want to use to send out this. This can be anything. It can be, for my case, can be Joshua at, now look at the interest, but it must be at the domain extension. So remember, it's Serlzo.store. Okay. This is how this is how your email can be. It can actually be any other thing like Joe or Len. This part can actually change, or hello, or whatever you want to use. All right. In my case, I'm going to use hello at Serlzo.store. And then I click on add email. Now, this step is completed. You can see that the domain right here is added, but obviously you can see that the DKIM and the DMARC do not turn true. is still not 100% verified because of propagation. So we'll give it some time and click on verify. You just need to give it time, okay, and click on verify. Now that I've done that, I'll close this guy back. Can see it has now verified. I'll check the DMARC again, click on verify to be sure that the completion of the process is done. It's now verified. We'll close it back and then let's check again. The DMARC is not yet verified, so we'll wait for some time. Okay, you just have to wait. As far as you are sure you did the right thing, you just wait. After some minutes, you just click on verify again. But just in case you're not sure, if you click on this guy to show you the value there, and you can always confirm if you did it correctly. Okay, can always confirm if it was correctly done. If it was not correctly done, then you update it. It will take few minutes, and then once you are done, you click on verify. Now, like I said, in case it doesn't, now it's verified. Okay, in case it doesn't, just give it some minutes and be sure you copy the correct information. It will be verified. Now this is the entire process, completely verified, account now fully set up. Okay, and this is it about connecting your domain name from Namecheap or any other hosting platform to your email service. See you in the next one.